Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we study English for Wonderful World, Unit 12, Cool Places, Lesson 2. Let's get started.
1. Listen and point. Repeat. America, Egypt, England, Turkey, Vietnam. 2. Listen and read. Tick. Hi Tim, you look happy. Where were you last week?
I was in Egypt with my family. We were on holiday.
That's cool.
And how about you?
Well, I was in America, Turkey, England, and Vietnam. My family and I were on a long trip last month.
Wow, that's fantastic.
3. Look and say. 1. Were you in America last week? No, we weren't. 2. Were you in Egypt last month? Yes, I was. 3. Were you in England last week? No, we weren't. 4. Were you in Vietnam last week? Yes, I was.
4. Listen and repeat. 1. Where was he last week?
He was in Egypt.
2. Where were you last month?
We were in Vietnam.
5. Look and say. 1. Where was your father last week? He was in Turkey. 2. Where were you last month? I was in America. 3. Where were your cousins last year? They were in England.
6. Listen and chant. England or America? Where were you last week? I was in England. Vietnam or Egypt? Where were they last month? They were in Vietnam. England and America, Vietnam and Egypt, all are really cool. 7. Listen and circle. 1. Where was your mother last week?
She was in the old village.
2. Where were you last month?
I was in Egypt.
3. Where were your grandfather and grandmother last week?
They were in the old city in Vietnam.
4. Where was your brother last year?
He was in Turkey.
5. Where were you last week?
We were in America.
8. Write and say. Where were you last Saturday? I was on a farm. Where were you last Sunday? I was at the park with my parents. Where were you last week? I was at the playground. Where were you last month? I was in the supermarket. Where were you last year? I was in Halong Bay. 9. Let's talk. Hi Thomas, where were you last Sunday? I was at home. Where were you last Saturday? I was at school. Where were you last week? I was at Halong Bay. Where were you last month? I was at the zoo. Where were you last year? I was on Phú Quốc Island. Workbook 1. Do the crossword. 1. Vietnam. 2. Egypt. 3. England. 4. America. 5. Turkey. 2. Look and write. 1. My father was in England last week. 2. My brother was in Egypt yesterday. 3. Leon and Lisa were in Turkey last year. 4. My grandmother was in America last week.
3. Listen and circle. 1. Where were you yesterday?
I was at the park with my family.
2. Where was your brother last Saturday?
He was on the train to England.
3. Where was Lan last Sunday?
She was in the library.
4. Where were Mary and Anne last week?
They were in a village in Vietnam.
5. Where were you last month?
We were on our trip to Egypt.
4. Look and write. 1. Where was Lan last Monday? He was on the train. 2. Where was Lan last Tuesday? She was at Mickey Beach. 3. Where was Lan last Wednesday? She was at Cone Market. 4. Where was Lan last Thursday? She was at the Golden Bridge. 5. Where was Lan last Friday? She was at the train station. 5. Write and say. 1. Where were you yesterday? I was in the library. 2. Where were you last week? I was in the park. 3. Where were you last month? I was in Da Nang. 4. Where were you last year? I was on Phú Quốc Island. That's it for today's lesson. Goodbye and see you next time.